I'm going to be reviewing this coffee in this machine. This is Deathwish Dark Roast. It's got an expiration date of, dadgummit. It's got an expiration date, I swear. There's probably an expiration date on it. I saw it at the store. Here it is. Best if used by March 18th, 2026. It is currently July 4th. Happy Independence Day, America. So this is a Europiccola La Pavoni machine. This is like a vintage 50s, 60s espresso machine. I usually let this sucker heat up for about 20 minutes or so, basically until it starts making steam. So I turned it on just a little while ago, and I heat up the espresso cup right there. So is it making steam yet? A little bit. I'll let it heat up a little bit more. I use a portafilter filter. I put that on top of the filter when I'll show you. Stick the portafilter in there, let it heat up. Machine's heating up. So I'm going to measure out about 12 grams of this fine Deathwish coffee. There we go. 12, look at that. 11.9. Let's see if we can make it 12 even. Can we do it? God dang it. Never mind. So it's close enough. So this is made, this Deathwish coffee is super strong because it has, caffeine wise, because it has Robusta beans and arabica beans mixed together. I'm not sure what the ratio is, but it is strong. If you want your caffeine, it's got a lot. I'm sure somebody knows. I use a little hand grinder. This is a 1Z presso grinder. It's a pretty cool little grinder. I got this off of Amazon, I think. And it's great because you just dial in. You have to mess with it. You have to dial it in how coarse the grind is. But it's super smooth, easy to use. You get your morning workout. All right, I'll show you how I make the puck here in a minute. Okay, this thing is heated up. I've had this portafilter in the machine the whole time. I like to dry it out before I put the coffee in it. I got a little funnel goes on top so you can get the coffee in there without spilling it all over the place. Usually a little bit stuck inside the grinder, but most of it's in there. Tap that out. And once I get it in there, I use this to stir it up, break the chunks up. And all this is a wine bottle cork with some guitar strings stuck in it. I'm sure it's food safe, but it works. I'm not sure what gauge strings those are. I think they're like a G or I think it's a G string, so like a larger guitar string. So after I do that, tap it down and go ahead and press it out. This press, I don't think it fits like perfectly, but it's pretty close. I get it in there. You don't want to press it too much or you'll have a hard time. I have a hard time, pressing the coffee in this machine. So I just kind of put moderate pressure, kind of turn it a little bit, kind of spread it out, make sure it's even, and voila. And then once I've got that in there, I go ahead and put the screen in. So now that's what you got. So the tried and true method with putting your portafilter in this machine is you just lift the handle up to its own. If you raise it all the way up, you're going to get water through it. But if you raise it up just before that, stick the portafilter in there, tighten it in, and then raise it up. It's a little bit easier and it keeps from pulling the puck up into the screen. So normally I have a mirror or something so I can see this, but I wait till there's some coffee coming through, and once it starts dripping out, I just go ahead and start pressing it. And I do a double press, I guess you call it. I'll press it a little bit, bring it back up, let it fill up with water again, and then press it the rest of the way. I know some people get pretty technical with this part of it, but really all I'm trying to do is just make a decent tasting espresso. I'm not worried about how much crema it has or any of that. The main thing is that if the water comes screaming through there, the coffee's probably pretty old. And the purpose of this stunt is to show that, I can buy some coffee from the store. I really wanted to try Robusta bean coffee, and I like the idea of a kind of a mixture of Robusta beans and arabica beans, to see what that was like. And that expiration date of March of 2026, so it's about a year out. I figured it's probably pretty fresh, so this worked pretty well, and it is strong. That is a strong coffee, but it's not too bad. It's of course it's a little bitter. That's what Robusta beans are supposed to be like. So I made the espresso. I've got my cup with some boiled water in it to heat the cup up, and now I will make the coffee the way I like it, which is I put the espresso in there. I dilute it because it's pretty strong. I can drink it like that with milk, or frothed or steamed milk from the machine, and I'll do that next. Okay, so I'm gonna steam some oat milk. I prefer oat milk. Actually, I think I prefer oat milk if it's good oat milk over just regular milk. It's different, it's apples and oranges, but in this, and actually I like Chobani, or what else we get? Silk, yeah. The silk stuff is, the creamy silk stuff is probably my favorite. But anyway, put a little bit of cold oat milk in there, and stick it down in there. I've got I changed out the original steam head. It had a 3-hole steam head, and I changed it out to a single, and it works great. You just got to really learn how to just barely kind of put the tip of that thing on the milk, and you get it spinning around. And keep your, what I do is I hold it like this and I use my pinky finger to kind of test the temperature in the bottom while I'm doing it. And once it gets too hot for me to kind of touch it, that's when I figure it's done. And it, you know, it changes size too, so it should start to lift up as it increases in volume, you know, as air is added to the milk. I don't know if you can see it, but it's spinning around. There's a little bit of foam on top. You don't want to disturb it too much. If there's a little bit of foam, it's no big deal. It's getting pretty hot. Probably done. I can't even see it. Normally I don't have that much foam, but here we are. I tap that down just to, get some of the foam out. Oops. So yeah, I just got hot water in here. I'm gonna pour that back into the carafe. Pour in the espresso. This is how I make it. And I add another, like I said, I dilute this because it's really strong. And at least one, sometimes I put two. And there's not gonna be art created, but sometimes I get lucky. You know, it's just too much, so I just dump it all in. If it's too much, you know, save some. That's it. Sometimes I put cinnamon on top. Sometimes I put cardamom and ginger. That's really good. Sometimes I'll leave out the oat milk and just put a dollop of vanilla ice cream. And that's heaven. That's really good. So yeah, that's it. We love Sven. So you can go to the store if you pay attention to expiration dates and you see a whole bean coffee at your local grocer that looks and smells fresh, you know, give it a shot, because these machines are very finicky. If the coffee is old, it's not going to work great. You can still make an espresso. It's probably going to be kind of bitter and stale tasting, but yeah, give it a shot. You know, buy some fresh beans. That's it.